So here's the bow. It's pretty much finished. All of the major shaping is done. Now the only thing we have left to do is to more securely attach this fiberglass rod, trim up the ends, sand everything down, and then we're going to paint it and finish it up. So here's the fiberglass rod, which is basically the core of our bow, and I'm going to be removing this reflective sticker and then cutting off about 1 inch so that it no longer sticks out of the pipe. I'm also going to round off both sides so that there aren't any sharp edges, and then I'm going to wrap it with tape. So now I'm using brown electrical tape to coat and protect the bow core. Now if you want a higher performing bow, you'll want to skip this part as it will add mass without adding any benefit. So here's the bow core after wrapping. So on the end I made it just a little thicker so that it will support the knock a little more. And now I'm just going to sand all the surfaces on the pipe with a medium grit sandpaper. The insides too, because we're going to paint these as well. So here I have some Krylon indoor-outdoor satin, and this is the brown boots, which I really like for a base for faux wood grain finishes. So I'm going to paint this limb, make sure to get inside of the handle and inside of the tip here so everything is nice and even. So now I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll do the other side. Alright, so now that the paint is dried, I'm going to take the core and put it through the bow. So here we go. I'm going to try and not scratch up the paint on the inside. There we go. So now that it's in there and it's nice and centered, you can see that it lends just a little bit of support on each knock, but it doesn't stick out of the end. So now what I'm going to do is use some artificial sinew and wrap this so that it's nice and secure and it doesn't lift up out of this channel. So I'm going to do my first wrap kind of in the middle of the limb. This is where I've just been pushing this down, and this is where it feels like it's under the most tension. So I want to put a wrap right here for support. So as I'm doing this, I want to make sure that I keep it under tension so that it stays in place. I'm going to make the wrap about 1 inch to 1.5 inches long, and I may go over it a second time just so that it's nice and secure. So I've gone ahead and wrapped over my fingers 6 times. Now I can take the whole spool, run it through, so now I can start wrapping over this loose end here. So now that that's done, I just pull it through, pull it as tight as I can, and then snip the end. So now I'm going to do a few more wraps, and I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. Now that both limbs are wrapped, I'm going to start working on the handle. So for this I'm just using some leather lace. It's got a nice beveled outside. I'm going to go halfway on the handle and then add about 1.5 inches, and this is where my arrow pass is going to go. So I'm going to start wrapping this, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And here's the handle all wrapped up. So now I'm just going to make a couple of Velcro arrow passes for this bow, and then I'm going to let it dry fully before making a string for it. So here are the arrow passes. They're just little triangles cut out of the sticky side of Velcro, and they help to protect the bow from the arrow and also make the bow a little quieter. I also went ahead and braided a 12-strand Dacron string for this bow. And here it is. It's got a 6-inch brace. That looks pretty good. One downside with this handle is that if you can see as I'm drawing it, if I just have a loose grip on the handle, you see how it torques to the side? So I actually have to push forward with a fairly firm grip and guide the handle of the bow forward so everything stays balanced. If I don't do that, then the bow could collapse sideways. So that's one downside to this style, the way I'm doing it, is that, like I said, it lacks a lot of side-to-side stability. Let's see how it shoots. So you guys are right above my target. My target is down here, and I'm going to be shooting from 5, 10, and 15 yards. Alright, so there it is. So here it is, all finished up. I hope you enjoyed building this bow along with me today, and if you have any suggestions for other things or other bow styles you'd like to see me try, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this, be sure to check out my channel for other videos like this, and I've also written several books on making PVC bows, and you can check the links out to those in the description below. And one final thing is that because the handle of this bow is hollow, you can actually store about 3 arrows in here. Just make sure you take the arrows out before you string it up. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.